Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Uncaged Season 6. This is Episode 2. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me, as always, is my boy, DC himself, Mr. Daniel Cremens. How are you, Daniel?
I'm wonderful!
Which that, right there, will tell you what we're talking about in the second episode of Season 6. Broken Matt Hardy. Probably one of the most creative, one of the most fun gimmicks in the history of professional wrestling. Really rejuvenated and revitalized Matt Hardy, who definitely needed it at this time. So it takes us back to 2016. Matt Hardy was Big Money Matt, and he had Tyrus and Queen Rebecca by his side. He's the world's heavyweight champion. He beats EC3, turns heel, loses it to Drew McIntyre after he does the cash-in. Drew Galloway. Thank you. And loses that, the call your shot. And then we start this whole broken character. So before we even get to that, what were your thoughts on the Big Money Matt character?
Goofy.
It was very goofy, but he tried. You had everything. He wins the title at Bound for Glory, and then he gets into the Big Money Matt stuff. It was something different. We really hadn't seen him really be a heel in the longest time. So it was nice to see.
Even beyond that, one thing that I respect the hell out of Matt Hardy for is taking risks.
Uh-huh.
He's similar. He and Jericho are similar in that, they'll change characters, do complete 180s. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Cold-blooded Matt Hardy didn't work.
With the dreads.
Which was just weird.
I don't know why he did that. I never got why he had dreads. But okay.
Wasn't my thing, what? Okay.
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. They tried. Did you like his whole entrance of just add his friend, delete, and then just the friggin' Facebook thing? Then he comes out with the dreads. They tried. Thankfully, he went back to his normal hair, but it didn't go anywhere. It really didn't. No. It gave us Chris Harris, of course. Who's there? Braden Walker. Gave us that.
I still have the image of that whole thing and James Storm trying so hard not to lose it. You see it, he's just
Well, because Chris Harris hadn't been doing anything remember he got released right after. You hadn't seen Chris Harris in TNA in 3 years, and he got fat.
The problem was he did that in WWE. He put on weight.
Oh, which was horrible. The 3 weeks of Braden Walker was just horrible to watch.
You give him a bullshit name.
Yep.
And I like Chris Harris.
I do too.
It would have been nice if they could have gotten America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Once in WWE would have been fun.
I always thought Chris Harris had it.
Mm-hmm.
Their feud was amazing.
The only bad part of it was the blindfold match in the cage. But when you got to the Texas Death Match, that match was fucking insane, and it was awesome.
I don't care what anybody says. James Storm, to me, is underrated.
Well, where we recently saw him wrestle, right?
And last I heard, was it NWA?
Well, bro, he just did a match on Juggalo Championship Wrestling, bro. Oh, God. He's got the hat. Oh, Vince McBroso, bro. There it is. There's the hat. Go ahead, Dan. Oh, he's going to put the shades on, too. All right. It's coming out. All right, Big Venom.
Bro, let me tell you, bro. They recently, had the Southern Bro, James Storm, doing an appearance at JCW, bro.
Bro.
Now, bro, whatever they do with that, bro, you can't go wrong, bro. NXT, TNA. Why didn't TNA bring him in? Bro, don't know.
Okay.
I don't work for free.
He does not work for free, but yes, there was his Vince McBroso impression of Vince. Bro. But yeah, James Storm, like you mentioned, a veteran, absolutely amazing. But my thing too is like you mentioned with Matt reinventing himself. Like I still remember, like I didn't know how to feel about it at first. Like when he first turned on Jeff in 02 and then Matt Hardy version 1, the Sensei of Mattitude, he got that over the Matt fact and everything. It was different.
And then we had, if you think about it, the Jeff was WWE champion.
Yep.
And then there was a whole thing with the car and
the dog.
Matt was driving it.
Yep. And the dog.
Which
that was
the mistake I think they made with that.
Yeah.
Is that Jeff shouldn't have dropped the title to Edge.
No, I don't think so.
He and Matt should have had a feud, and it should have been for the title.
Yeah, because if you remember, Matt lost the ECW title to Jack Swagger at the time.
Jack Swagger?
Jack Swagger. No,
what's he doing nowadays?
Oh, God, nothing. Nothing. But no, to go to your point, man, it's true. Because
Tony Khan's a communist.
Tony Khan is a communist.
Shut up.
Shut up, dude. Well, no, to go into your point, like it was originally supposed to be Christian and Tomko involved in that, but Tomko was also like out of shape in a dark match, and they said no. And then Christian didn't come back until 2009 and feuded with Jack Swagger for the ECW title.
If I recall, didn't Tomko get released for some issues?
Yes, some issues that he got arrested for doing something in a Chili's bathroom. Yes.
I know they tried to bring him back, give him another chance, but
he was out of shape. I remember seeing the dark.
It's sad because the dude had such a cool look.
I mean, if you remember his career in WWE, he was the problem solver for Christian. And then once that went away and Christian left, he was teaming with Snitsky, and they were like the weird guys who were the tag team.
I like you, Gene.
I like you too, John. But yes, do you remember when they tried with Snitsky and Tomko? They tried.
See, the whole thing with Snitsky, and I will say this to the cows come home.
Yes.
The whole ECW gimmick change it was stupid.
Well, then they made him have yellow teeth.
Which, hearing him talk about that, like, the makeup on that was a pain. He was talking about how much of a pain in the butt it was to do that.
But that's the thing, too. It's like, who's in their right minds? Like, we're going to make him have yellow teeth. That'll make him even more scarier.
Like, they could have easily brought him back as the whole, it wasn't my fault. But see, that was getting over.
It was. But though they didn't do that, we changed it to just, he's creepy, he's bald, and he's got yellow teeth.
And then you have the Snitsky.
That theme song? Yeah. No.
Which honestly kind of sounded like Brian Pillman's old theme.
Oh, the old loose cannon? Yeah.
Yeah. But we go back to Matt Hardy.
Yes.
And I will still say, when Jeff was WWE champion, they should have had him feud with Matt for the title.
Would you have Matt beat him like they did at WrestleMania 25? Or Jeff retain?
So, I think realistically, I would have had that. I would have had Matt. I would have had, maybe you could have had Matt with a brief run. And then you do a triple threat with Edge. And then you have Edge get the title back.
That would have been cool.
But it just didn't work for me. That's a no for me, dog.
Well, my thing, too, is when he did the big money Matt stuff and he turns heel, like they put Tyrus with him because Tyrus turned on EC3. Did you like the addition of Tyrus as like his muscle?
Nobody likes Tyrus.
Brodus Clay and TNA, his name was Tyrus.
Funkadactyls don't like Tyrus.
Oh, the Funkadactyls definitely don't like Tyrus.
Oh, they only said some shit about him.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh.
Like how he disrespected them.
I still remember where he disrespected Cameron and her boyfriend or her fiance at the time, like wanted to fight him. And I mean, good on him for trying, but I don't know if he really wanted to do that.
Now, here's the thing. I remember that was the whole Total Divas thing, but like
the Total Divas era.
Yeah, did that really happen?
This is very true because they do stuff for TV. But my thing too with old Tyrus there. Again, they tried with the NWA world title with him, but the problem is people didn't want to tune in because Billy Corgan thought it was going to get crossover. And it's like, we really don't want to see him with Gutfield. We don't, because he said a lot of shit that's just,
And you have arguably the most prestigious title
and you
in
put
pro wrestling history.
And you put the 10 pounds of gold on him.
Like, of all the people,
you choose him. And isn't it funny that EC3 is done with NWA now? Do you see him going back to TNA?
Yeah.
I honestly could.
I think he needs a manager, though. And I think you know who.
Dixie Carter, honey.
I still gotta say, that whole moment that she and Bully Ray shared, that was cool.
That was fun. It was funny.
Like, he just kind of looked at her. She looked at him.
Come here. That was funny, yes. But no, to go into
hearing him talk about that whole thing, like,
yeah,
she didn't have to do that.
That's the thing, too. It's like I'm watching her get this power bomb through the table, and I'm like, oh, she's going to get hurt. And well, there's race later. Yep, she didn't have to do it, but she did it.
I think she had a concussion, didn't she?
Yes.
I mean, it's not like not like Mae Young, who was a wrestler,
taking the power bomb
and then farted on Bully Ray.
That's the best part about it.
And hearing him talk about it, he said the smell was so bad. He said, but I had to sit there
in a trance. Yep.
And he said, did she do that just to mess with me?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
You gotta love it. God rest her soul, Mae Young. But no, going back to Matt Hardy, it didn't work for me, brother. That's a no for me, dog. With that, I think watching him slowly lose to Drew Galloway. I'm sorry, I'm used to McIntyre now. Drew Galloway beating him, and that led to the spiral and him becoming jealous of Jeff. Like the first time they did it, and he starts talking like this, and the different Willows are holding Jeff, and he's like the leader of those Willows who attacked him and beat him up. What did you think of like that first start of what would become Broken Matt Hardy?
That was kind of weird. Like it took some time, and it's the whole broken gimmick. It's one of those things that on the surface you're like, this is stupid. Like talk the accent. Like
why are you talking like this?
Like how Matt Hardy hates mustard.
Matt Hardy hates mustard. Green beans, Senor Benjamin.
King Maxwell.
I knew you'd come. King Maxwell.
Like the whole thing, but then just seeing the absurdity and just the dedication. Like Matt threw everything. Like he went into it and like balls to the wall, all out. And Rebby gets a lot of shit. But I will say this, like when you hear the old phrase "stand by your man,"
she did.
Like that is love. Like seeing me, like, because I'm sure she's like, Matt, this doesn't make sense. But once he explained it out to her, like,
you could say what you want about Rebby, but that woman stood with him when he was in rehab and really saved his life. I will give her nothing but love on that front.
Honestly, I'm a fan of hers. Like
she's well, especially with what we played. If you watched the last episode of the RWT podcast, Cheap Pop number
one. Michael put the link down below.
We touched upon the Hardys, those fans being in front of the Hardys' house, and she's like, they call me, and I have to want to fight people because they don't listen, because they want to come in front of our homes. Like, and she's like, it doesn't matter if our home was on TV. Don't do it.
It's a respect thing. Like when you go to work, and I said this on the show, which again, Cheap Pop number 2. I think that counts as a second one.
Yes, it does.
You are invading a place where someone's children are sleeping.
Exactly.
They don't know you.
Yeah, and they have kids in that house, 5 of them.
And honestly, they probably have a couple pew-pews.
Yeah, they probably so. Yes, they probably do have a couple pew-pews.
Like, and even if they don't know you.
They don't know you at all.
And Rebby said it, Matt said it, Jeff said it. You see them out and about.
Yeah.
Say hi.
They love their fans. They'll
We'll
talk.
do a picture.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that there even has to be this conversation, and it's not just with actors. Like there was a thing like a month or two ago, is at Ace Frehley's funeral. A fan tried to go into his funeral.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember when Chris Candido died, God rest his soul, in 2005, and the Green Lantern fan, that fucking piece of shit, Paul Sosnowski, friggin' went to the funeral so he can get the autographs and take a picture with everybody at the funeral?
It doesn't surprise me.
Knowing the Green Lantern fan, for those that have seen that piece of shit, no, does not surprise me in the slightest.
But like, it's a funeral, and you're having somebody invade it, and like, luckily security's like, yeah, we don't know this guy, get him out of here.
Exactly.
And the guy's just like, wait, I can't come in.
No.
But like, and Rebby's even said Matt's not going to come out. Jeff's not going to come out of his house.
No.
Like, what you might get is the cops.
Yes. Yeah. Don't do that, people, please.
Like, don't be fucking dicks. Like, don't get yourself deleted.
Which I have to ask you as well, because I think Rebby with the piano added a great part to this. Now,
oh yeah.
The thing is, she gets a lot of crap because the only reason why she got into wrestling was because she was with Matt Hardy. Was her wrestling the best when she wrestled on the indies? She was okay. She wasn't terrible. But I think this incarnation, if you will, of Rebby Hardy, Queen Rebecca, that added a lot to it. Like watching her play the piano, watching her throw the baby to Jeff, which was just a doll, and then Matt slamming her through the table at the contract signing, the Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. Everything in that realm, that contract signing, that added a lot of dimension to it. What'd you think of how they portrayed the contract signing for their bout?
Loved it. Was this before? I can't remember. Was this before? Or was it the final deletion?
This was before the final deletion. I think this was the
final deletion.
This was for the Slammiversary match, I believe.
But like Rebby gets so much shit. But like she helped create the costumes.
Yep.
And I know originally they just had him doing coming out to the Mozart Pete's Moonlight Sonata.
Yep.
But then to get have her compose Obsolete Suite.
Obsolete.
Like I want just one time. I need to hear that in WWE TV.
Fade away and classify myself as obsolete.
I remember we had the what was the name of the one that they had with Decay?
Oh God.
Was it Decay or Delete?
Oh, Delete or Decay.
Yeah, delete or Decay. And then you have Abyss get knocked into the Lake of Reincarnation and come out as Joseph Park. Have you seen my brother? Abyss? Big guy.
Like that whole thing was great. Like Jeff and Crazy Steve fighting in the pool. Rebby friggin' misting Vanguard 1 and Matt catching the mist and misting him back. Like stuff like that was so cool. It was so creative. I have to say their best feud of the Broken Hardys was the Decay. Like it fits so well.
Like it was so drawn out and so planned out. Like, and I remember when they brought Matt to WWE.
Yeah.
We knew we weren't going to get broken Matt because of, Anthem.
And also the fact that they were fighting with it. And then if you remember who won at the end, there's Matt Hardy taking a picture with Ed Nordholm in the airport.
And then we get Woken, which is essentially the same thing.
Woken.
Like,
well, did you like how he couldn't use
the broken name
for Anthem. So the Hardys come in, that one of my favorite pops ever at WrestleMania that year in 2000.
I remember.
We
all knew it. Like, we knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming, but it was so awesome. They win the tag titles, and then Jeff unfortunately got hurt, and then Matt's just left to his own devices. And then after the match with Bray Wyatt, he just starts doing this, and it's like, oh boy, it's coming. and then they have that promo off as Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt. Did you like how they started that feud with him losing and then him getting woken in the promos?
I thought it was great because like you see him and like you see him in the corner and he's holding shoulder and just goes
yeah.
And I just remember that whole thing. Like they had, I think the last tag title they had was the Ring of Honor tag title. So they lose them to the Bucks in the ladder match.
Yep.
And here's the thing. They weren't necessarily being subtle. Like people are seeing Rebby and Senior Benjamin at Access. And
we're just taking pictures and we're going to go home. Yeah, no, you're not.
We're just doing some shopping.
Let's do some shopping. Yeah, no, you ain't.
Like, bitch, no, you ain't.
No, it's like that episode of SpongeBob. Friggin' like, I'm ready. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
I'm a head out.
I'm a head out.
But like, it's just, oh God, like, and I think like personally, I think that was by design.
Now, here's my thing, though, because of how TNA was to them. They lost the Hardys and Drew Galloway. You lost your tag champs and your world heavyweight champion in one fell swoop, because then Drew McIntyre would go to NXT. But my thing with them is they had the Expedition of Gold, and that helped out. This actually helped out a lot of the indies. Like, they wrestled in AAA. They wrestled every friggin' indie that you could imagine, and they won all
Ultimo Hardys.
Ultimo Hard. All right. Well, did you see what you did there? Did you like their version of? Did you like their version of them being Ultimo Dragon compared to Mercedes? It did help. Like,
we've never seen it with a tag team.
No, we never saw it with a tag team at all.
It's kind of cool. It was something different.
I mean, they wrestled Super Crazy and Psychosis for AAA.
Some of these companies have the god ugliest tag titles out
there. It was weird.
Like, and not just tag, like any titles. Like, Mike and I, we have discussed titles in the past.
On Uncaged.
Pop number 3. Maybe we got to do it a second part 2 and do the ugliest
tag team titles. I think
that's ugliest title designs.
That is for future.
I'm looking at you, AAA mega title.
Dipshits.
Like,
but I got to ask you as a follow up to that. So we mentioned the Expedition of Gold. Did you like how the way that they exited TNA was they had Vanguard 1 and then being teleported back, and then the Decay has the TNA tag titles back? Did you like how they kind of like did that to like X them out of the company?
Yeah. Now, I'd always heard a story that there was supposed to be like they left that open in case it could work something out.
Well, yeah, if they worked it out, then we would finally get the rubber match between Decay and the Hardys. Yeah.
But unfortunately, this kind of went into the court of public opinion.
Yep.
It was sort of like the he said, she said, which, again, Rebby gets so much shit, but she's going to defend her husband and her brother-in-law.
Oh, and when Dutch Mantel went at her and just told her to shut up, basically, and she's fighting with Dutch Mantel on Twitter, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it got ugly, dude.
Okay, Zeb.
Okay, Zeb Coulter. Well, I think to the other point of that is, before we even get into more of the Woken stuff, like the final deletion was something that we never saw of its kind.
Wow.
It was so well done. Matt and Jeff fighting in the ring and then him coming off his own symbol. Like, they put everything in their heart and soul into that production. But everybody was talking about it because then the WWE tried to counter-program that with the Wyatt family against the New Day.
God, that was terrible.
In the Wyatt compound. And, Xavier Woods was afraid of the Wyatts and whatnot. So you thought it was terrible. Did you at least think they tried just because it's the Wyatts? And we love Brody Lee, God rest his soul. And we love Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, the whole nine there. I think this one, it was Rowan.
Well, we tolerate Braun Strowman.
Yeah, okay, well, the only reason why I'm saying that,
he used to control his narrative,
He did. Yeah, let's see how'd that go. I'm sorry.
We're gonna get these hams.
That is actually going to be a future episode now. We're going to talk about control your narrative. You just put another episode into the universe. I think I actually want to do an episode.
Wonderful.
But dude, you remember how fucking bad that was? Oh my God, that was so bad. Anyway, the point is,
Drake works.
It worked, yeah. Did you at least like that they tried because it was the talk and the Wyatt family? It was Braun, it was Rowan, it was Bray against the New Day. Did you at least like that they tried something?
It was like, but it's just like, no.
Well, because that feud did not deserve to go in that direction, and there was no reason for it.
There were things they could have done that would have made more sense. Like, you could have done just like a street fight.
Or something, a hardcore match, no DQ, something.
Now, when you specifically look at the, final deletion,
yeah,
that changed everything.
Because we never saw anything.
I really think without the final deletion, we would not have gotten Money in the Bank 2020.
Oh, hey, that's a good point.
We would not have gotten the Boneyard match. Because that showed cinematic matches. I'm not doing one better. I don't think we would have gotten the Firefly Funhouse match.
They were the original cinematic match before what we saw during COVID.
I think what that showed is that, hey, it can be done. And it can be done very well. We give Matt credit, but I think credit also has to go to Jeremy Borash.
Shout out to JB. The production team behind that was insane. The creative was fantastic. Do you think that it elevated a lot of the tag teams that the Hardys got to work with? I think it did. It gave them,
absolutely.
I mean, we got that brief moment during one of them. Do you remember when? This is when Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, and Shane Helms were together, and they threw him into the Lake of Reincarnation, and he came out as 3-count Sugar Shane Helms. And then you see Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee start dancing, and he goes, "You're not Shannon. You're not Evan," and then he kicks her ass. You remember that?
And then he gets knocked back in, and he comes out as the Hurricane. The man with the golden shovel.
And the man with 3 H's. They had so many subtleties. It was hilarious.
And what gets me is when they did the ultimate deletion.
With Bray Wyatt, yes.
With Bray. And Triple H, to his credit, back before he was a turd.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Paul.
Yeah.
Not Paul Morales.
Not Paul Morales.
Paul we gotta be clear on that.
Yes.
He saw the potential.
Yeah.
They bring in Jeremy Borash. They literally brought in the entire production team of the final deletion.
Right.
And because Vince wanted it. Mm-hmm. Not because he liked it. He knew the fans wanted it. He saw the numbers that you were doing on YouTube for people that had watched it.
And this main evented Raw, right? Your main event of the Raw.
What, the ultimate deletion?
Yeah, that was the main event of Raw.
Yeah. But then Vince didn't get it. He didn't understand it.
Well, did you like it for what it was, or do you think it could have been a lot better?
For what it was fine.
I mean, you had Bray go to the house. You had them riding on the friggin' lawnmower. They're fighting in the woods and everything that...
No. You got to get it right. Mower of lawns.
Thank you. The mower of lawns. They're fighting on the mower of lawns, and they're fighting all around the compound. And Now, did you like Jeff's cameo of singing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands"?
And Senor Benjamin.
Senor Benjamin.
And again, I will say, Rabbi doing the music for this was
fantastic.
Perfect. Like, you have Bray walking up to the gates of the Hardy compound, and you have just his theme being done just with a piano.
Yep.
Just eerie. It was absolutely phenomenal. No pun intended.
I know. But no, I liked it. I mean, I didn't hate it. But if you were to ask me if I had to compare and contrast which was better, the TNA stuff or that, the TNA stuff was better. This was fine.
It was less controlled.
Yes, it was less controlled. Thank you. That's the right word. But, I mean, you got Bray Wyatt to get into the Lake of Reincarnation. And then, he comes back out of the Lake of Reincarnation at WrestleMania. And the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, taking out Mojo Rawley and Baron Corbin. Did you like how Bray came out of the Lake of Reincarnation, turned face?
Andre's Battle Royale of Giants.
Andre's I forgot he said that. That's right. Andre's Battle Royal of Giants. Did you like that Bray Wyatt came back and they made him face and they put him with Matt?
Yes.
Oh.
And I loved, like, because he, like, the lights go out, you hear the sound effect come back up,
and you think he's going after Matt.
And he does. But then I love the next night, Jeff had just come back like the night before at Mania.
Yeah.
And then he sees Matt, and Matt just says, Brother Nero. And then, they reference, he says, Brother Bray. And it's like, Brother Bray, how are you feeling?
I feel.
And he's like, wonderful.
Then they hug. And then Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
I look at it, and Balor just says, what was that all about? And Jeff just goes. And like, we had that, cameo of Brother Nero in the Ultimate Deletion.
Yeah.
In the costume. And we think, oh my God, this is what we're getting. Because Vince didn't get it.
Yeah. Did you? God rest his soul. We should have definitely gotten at least once a Jeff Hardy Bray Wyatt match.
Oh, absolutely.
That would have been phenomenal. No pun intended.
What you could have done, and I think this would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keep Bray as the face.
Yep.
Have Jeff slowly turn heel.
That would have been cool.
As Brother Nero.
Well, that's also another part I have to ask you, because with how they started it in TNA and the comedy behind it, and Jeff is continuously fighting Matt, but he doesn't want to be broken, and he's like being with Matt, and he slowly starts to become Brother
And Matt won't let him do any of the high-flying stuff.
Yes.
An obsolete mule.
Absolute mule. You have an addiction, spot monkey. And he's fighting Joe Frazier, and it's a fucking kangaroo.
Then they have that tag match where the guys that used to be in WWE, I think they were in like the old NXT.
Which ones? Oh, the Tribunal.
Yeah.
Friggin' what's his face? Marcus Louis and Sylvester Lafleur. Remember who they were managed by in TNA, right?
Who?
Al Snow. 2016 TNA, everybody.
What does everybody want?
And what does everybody need?
Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Why? Do you remember them wrestling the Tribunal and not doing these spot monkey addictions?
And then after the match, Jeff puts himself through the table. And then he starts laughing. Then Matt laughs like an idiot.
And Jeff's like, I am Brother Nero.
And he says, you are broken. And then randomly, their faces now.
And it's like randomly, like they're back together. Their faces. Yes.
But it worked.
Look, a lot of people thought it was so stupid, but it was so stupid it was good. Like, they got this thing to work, and everybody was talking about it.
What it was.
Yes.
It was fun.
It was. It was the best part of TNA. Drew Galloway, McIntyre said when they did that on documentary about it, he was just like, it was hard for me. Even I was the TNA World Champion, and they were outdrawing my segments. Even said it. It is true. It was tough to follow that. So, speaking of following that, we mentioned the influx it had on TNA. We mentioned the Matt Hardy Bray Wyatt team. So I have to ask you, Matt and Bray beat the Bar for the tag titles as the Deleter of Worlds. What were your thoughts on the Deleter of Worlds tag team, and what were your thoughts on their feud with Bo and Curtis Axel, a.k.a. the B team?
I thought it was great. I think there was obviously had no clear plan for Deleters of Worlds.
No, not at all.
Vince never really had clear plans. If it wasn't somebody or something that he created.
Yeah. Well, my thing is too, like you knew having them win the tag titles it worked because they were hot. They were a hot team. But the problem is, where do you go from there after they win the tag team titles? The Bo and Curtis Axel thing worked just because of the fact that it was great watching them impersonate them. But the fact that you got Bo to impersonate his brother so perfectly, and the beard and the little like that was fun. That cracked me up. It still is so funny. You see Bray smiling in the ring, just the approval of it was awesome.
And it's a booker that doesn't like pushing something that he didn't create. Who do we know that's doing that now?
Yeah, I know.
Somebody with some H's in their name.
The man with 3 H's.
And the nose.
And the nose. But no, to your point, Mr. Daniel Crimmins, then the B team would beat the Delita of Worlds for the tag titles. And if you remember, before Bray took some time off after that, led before the Firefly Funhouse was born, you remember they started going heelish a little bit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what did you think about the B team beating them for the tag titles and the whole, they started to go heelish? But why were they making them heels? To this day, I forgot why they were going that direction. Was it because they lost the tag titles?
Yeah.
I think it was, if I remember correctly.
And then if I remember right, Matt got hurt.
I think he might have gotten hurt. I don't remember. I just remember
he got hurt.
Okay.
And then
Jeff was back as the singles guy. I remember that, yeah.
Then we didn't see Bray for a year.
Yeah, and then Matt came back in 2019, and the Hardys were back, and they beat the Usos for the SmackDown tag titles. Then Jeff got hurt, and then they had to relinquish the tag titles.
And then Jeff got fired.
And then Jeff, that was 3 years after that. He got fired, and then Matt, shortly after that, was gone. So, yeah, you lost the Hardy Boys in a year apart from one another. Actually, you lost them 2 years apart because Matt left in 2020. During the COVID era. Because the last time we saw him was the Randy Orton Edge feud.
And I think he just, his contract was up and he's just
Well, I think the thing with him, too, is he said it on Talk is Jericho. He met with the Bucks. The Bucks had a great meeting with him. And as we all know, him and the Bucks are good friends. The Hardys and Bucks are very good friends. They did the thing, and it made sense for him to be involved because of his history with Edge. And Matt even said on Talk is Jericho, it's when I wrestled Randy Orton, that whole segment where Randy Orton punts me in the head, that was supposed to be my last night. But Paul Heyman said, you did such a good job with that. We're going to have you wrestle him, and then it'll be done after that. And then if you want to stay, cool. If not, then you can go. So remember, he wrestled Randy Orton. He lost, and that was it for Matt Hardy in WWE. Did you like his little final thing being involved in the Orton Edge thing?
It was fine.
I think it sucks, too, because the injury gap of Jeff gets injured, Matt gets injured. They win the tag titles. Jeff gets hurt again. Then Matt leaves, and then Jeff. What pissed me off about Jeff in 2022 is you could tell that they were going to eventually do him and Roman Reigns, which would have been really, really good. And I know he won that match, and they were pushing him, but then he just fucked it up. And it's sad. That stuff pisses me off.
And Wood just walks out.
And he walked out, of the match. That was it.
And he has since admitted that, he was, not in a good place, which he seems to be doing great now.
Which is great to see and wonderful to see, pun intended.
Delightful.
Well, so Matt Hardy leaves the WWE. I thought his exit was perfect. They did what they needed to do, especially in that time frame. So then he goes to AEW, debuts the broken Matt Hardy gimmick during COVID, and he feuds with the Inner Circle and the Unleash the Hounds and Vanguard 1 going to Jericho's house. Did you like Matt Hardy's debut during COVID? No people have broken Matt Hardy. Go ahead.
I loved it.
You liked the feud with the Inner Circle?
I did, and I keep having that image in my head of Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega in the golf cart facing down Sammy Guevara, and God bless him, Sammy just
Yep. Good old anarchy in the arena.
That boy got concussed.
Oh God. Well, I think that kind of brings me to this point of the thing where this was one of the first criticisms that AEW got. So Matt Hardy wrestled Sammy Guevara. He gets concussed, and he still wrestled. They said he didn't have a concussion. He was fine. But he did have a concussion. And Tony Khan lied his ass off on Twitter. And Rebby Hardy clapped back at him for that. So I have to ask you that point because that also pertains to the broken stuff. What were your thoughts on the whole Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara thing? Because then they would have like a deletion type of match too, where he went to the Hardy compound. What were your thoughts on that whole ordeal?
I think what that was, it was growing pains for Tony Khan. I think he has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Then there was the issue. There was that chair shot.
Oh man, I remember that too. Right to the head. Yeah.
Which I remember it was one of those weird chairs that had all the padding.
Yeah, it was loud too. I
And
remember.
those chairs are heavy.
Yep.
So is it possible it could have slipped? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Then it was weird. And then Jeff shows up and, Matt's getting beaten down. The music hits. And Jeff, which your brother's getting his ass kicked.
Yep.
And you gotta dance. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Gotta dance.
Gotta dance. It's still so funny. I mean, did you like the deletion match that they did against like Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and you got to see Stokely in there? That was fun. Hook was in the mix and all of them. That was fun. The Sammy Guevara one was okay. Like you mentioned, it was growing pains, but I think the broken thing was cool. Because remember, you had like both sides of Matt Hardy, or like the three faces of Hardy briefly. Like you had Matt 1 week, he was wrestling as Matt. Then he was wrestling as Brokeen. And then he was like, Big Money Matt, like with friggin' Private Party, like getting their money and shit, their contracts and shit. Did you like the fact that we had like a three faces of Hardy deal there?
Yeah.
Even though like they tried to do Big Money Matt again and it just went nowhere.
Because people saw Broken Matt and that's what they wanted.
They wanted Broken Matt Hardy with actual Matt Hardy. But do you like the fact that the AEW run also at least did give us the Broken character?
It did. I think it was better than what the WWE did. I just think the whole thing, there were injuries and this and that, and it's like then Jeff's legal issues again.
Yep, and they were supposed to win the tag titles, right?
I think at one point they were supposed to beat the Bucks.
Yeah, because they beat the Bucks on pay-per-view, and they were supposed to do a ladder match. It was them, the Bucks, and I think it was the Butcher and the Blade, and somebody else was involved, and they were supposed to win, but then Jeff got arrested, yeah.
I think is that the one where the Lucha Bros ended up winning the tag titles?
Yes, I believe that's the one, yes.
Whatever happened to those guys?
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, hey, one of them's on Raw, one of them's on SmackDown. Yeah. Way to go, Tony. Tony fumbled.
Those two, you definitely did.
He just fumbled old Royce Keys. Powerhouse Hobbs is coming. Name is cool just because it represents his son, but Keys, all right, Royce Keys. Yeah, I'm looking to see what happens. I think that's cool. It's different.
I think it could work. I would love to, like I said, I would love to see him with the Vision. I think you could make the Vision a really powerful stable.
Yeah.
I still think it's weird that Logan Paul is part of that. Logan Paul, who's not allowed in Japan.
That was so great.
The live crowds are great.
They are. Well, they know. And then he's trying to be like in his blog, I'm not banned in Japan. I'm not banned in Japan. I never was banned in Japan. Yeah.
I will say, I love that interview with Dominic. Dominic's like, well, you can't go there.
And then he's like,
bro, I can go to Japan.
You sure about that?
Like, Dominic is a troll, and I love it.
Me too. Well, with Logan Paul, I think you had to do something different because Seth was hurt. I mean, fine. I guess. At first, I didn't think it made any sense, but okay, sure. I mean, I'm kind of used to it now. Look, I've said this about the guy. I think as a human being, he's a piece of shit. But as a wrestler, you cannot deny the man's talent. He took this so quickly.
Well, I think both he and his brother are
dickwads. His brother should not do another fight for a long time.
Ever again.
Or ever again. Just don't. Just Jake, stay out. Stay out.
Jake, You can tell that fight with Tyson
Yeah.
was fake.
Oh yeah. It's like, don't do it again.
You could tell Tyson was holding back.
Yep. Yepper.
I remember watching those training videos. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get messed up.
Me too. I remember watching Tyson going at it. I remember. Jake Paul, don't do it.
If Jake Paul had gone against the Tyson from his prime,
He would have got mollywopped.
Dead.
Oh yeah, with the stuff that he did with so many people, absolutely, absolutely.
Like, I know this is gonna be sacrilege, but I think Tyson would have knocked out Muhammad Ali.
Don't do that. I know it's sacrilege, but
if I'll put it this way,
okay,
if Ali had kept did not get in, if he didn't get inside,
yeah,
if he could keep him at distance, I think Ali would have had him.
okay.
But if he got inside of Tyson's reach, all Tyson needs is one or two good punches and he's done.
I mean, fair point. That makes sense. But I
would have
think
been a damn good fight, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, before his health issues and everything that happened with Muhammad Ali. But yeah, no,
if you could do a time machine,
yeah,
I would love to see it.
Same here, man. Oh,
like, and I'll say it, like,
yeah,
Brock as a fighter,
yeah, he was okay. First of all, the Randy Couture fight, the Frank Mir fight, like, he was fine. I didn't hate it. I really didn't. He had some good.
Shane Carwin showed him up.
Oh, he absolutely did.
So let me put it to you this way.
Hit me.
People saw Brock as a huge beast, as a monster. And how do we combat that?
Yep.
Mir got lucky, and Brock will admit it. He was stupid.
I mean, he got him right in the heel hook, the leg lock, and boom.
Because Brock stepped in.
Yep.
But then, as far as Brock goes, Shane Carwin took the fight to him.
Yes, he did.
And if you rewatch that fight, and I'll say this to I'm blue in the face, there were moments in that fight where it should have been called.
I concur with you.
I still say there were moments where Brock was out.
I think
it is what it is.
Well, the diverticulitis didn't help as well.
Oh, no. And then, of course, we saw the Kane fight.
That we did. That we did.
Kane mollywopped him.
Cain Velasquez, still one of the stupidest things for Cain Velasquez to come into WWE, and they fought in Saudi, and Brock.
They did it just to have him lose to Brock.
They just did it so Brock can beat him. That was all. We even said that to each other when that happened. I think I messaged you.
Yeah,
like that he's just here to lose to Brock, so Brock can say he beat him.
This is Warrior Hogan 2 all over again.
That is a great comparison. That is a great comparison.
You're not. Because I remember I rewatched that because I wanted to see if it had gotten any better, with time. It got worse.
Oh, it did.
Because it was obvious. Hogan was so insecure that he couldn't do it.
It was so bad.
When and similar to Broken Matt, you can't capture lightning in a bottle twice.
Well, this is the next thing I have to ask because we covered the original TNA stuff, the WWE stuff, the AEW stuff that we saw. So the recent ones we had was in TNA when they were feuding with the Nemeths. Did you like them going to the Hardy compound and they involved the kids and they did all the stuff? That was fun. I like that. And Ryan Nemeth is not one to be like, what, hey, let's not do this because he likes beating the butt of the joke. He's funny. Nick is funny. And they were into it. You could tell that they were having fun doing this. And it worked perfectly. Like, the Nemeths are hilarious. I think Ryan being my big brother and Nick Nemeth being the most wanted man, I think they work well together. That's what they should have done a long time ago.
Yeah, just don't ask Ryan Nemeth how he likes AEW.
The problem with that lawsuit is there were so many holes in that because it's like you weren't there at the time when this happened. And it just, And it's like you think Tony Khan gives a rat's ass about Ryan Nemeth. And I hate to say it like that, but Ryan, you're not a priority. You were the comedy guy. You were the Hollywood hunk. He was the comedy guy. He was a lower guard guy.
Like,
doesn't mean he's terrible. I'm just saying, And
I will say, I love that Nick Nemeth can still fucking go.
He's great. Like, MJF actually called it on the latest Busted Open. And he's like, hey, Nick, I'll give you a title shot. MJF and Nick Nemeth. I would be
I
up
would
for
love
that.
to see that.
That would be fantastic. I mean, do you see who Nick Nemet's wrestling next week on Impact for the AMC thing?
No.
Did you watch this past week's Impact?
Parts of it.
Okay. So Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, wants to face Mike Santana because he's got the Call Your Shot trophy, right? So he's walking backstage and he sees BDE and his crew, the gamers and all that, doing their stuff, playing video games. He's like, that's a problem with this generation. Nobody watches the matches back, and you're a bunch of YouTubers and you play video games and you didn't pay your dues.
And he pulled an Undertaker.
He pulled an Undertaker, and the fact I saw you laughing because you knew where I was going with this. So he's like, you didn't pay your dues. You're all a bunch of YouTubers and blah, 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 blah. And BDE's like, I paid my dues. I've been out there wrestling, fighting my ass off. I deserve to be there because, folks, for those that don't know, BDE, Brandon Does Everything, is now signed to TNA. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you're saying you want to face me next week on Impact? He goes, I'm dead ass. So next week on Impact, and because they did have a little thing in the Call Your Shot gauntlet as well where he super kicked them, we're going to get Nick Nemeth and BDE next week on TNA. Well, what do you think about that? He's the YouTuber. He's wrestling Pro Wrestling Revolver. He's not bad. I mean, he's really working his ass off. What do you think about Nick Nemeth against BDE?
It was good. I'm excited for it.
Speaking of excitement, we were excited for it, but a lot of people crapped on it. Then we go to NXT, the Hardy Boys against Dark State, Broken Rules match. There were people complaining. Well, the first matchup, I even said this when they won the tag titles. The match wasn't good because there was a lot of missed spots. Because I think you can agree with me on this from watching it. Dark State thought that they were wrestling the Hardy Boys of like 10 plus years ago, and it's like, these men are older. Y'all can't be going so fast and quick with this shit. Like, you can't be doing all this crazy shit and he almost dropped poor Matt on his head. You remember that, right? Like, what the hell did they think it?
The Hardy Grandpas.
The Hardy Grandpas. But you have to understand, like, you have to work some parameters because these are not the Hardy Boys of like 10 or 15 years ago anymore.
Yeah. Like, it's when Chris Jericho inevitably comes back.
Yes.
Like, people need to understand this isn't the Jericho of 15, 20-ish years ago.
Or 10 years ago with the list.
AJ, for example.
Yeah.
AJ did an interview, I think it was with Chris Van Vliet, where he said, there's moves I can't do anymore.
Yeah, he said, I can't do
the spinal tap. He can't do it.
Yeah, he can't do the spinal tap anymore, no.
He said, I wish I could do it. He said, I would love to be able to do it one more time, but I can't do it.
But can you imagine him trying to do the spiral tap in his 40s? I'm like, I just did it once and then it worked. And then it's kept working. And then it's like, can you think he could do that now as like an almost 50-year-old man?
No. I think he could probably pull it off with practice.
Yeah.
But why risk it?
Well, why risk it? Yeah, exactly.
Like, Matt and Jeff don't need to do this.
No, but they love it. Remember like when he had his ACL tear and all that, and Matt really wasn't doing the leg drop anymore. He did like the elbow in the corner. Did you like that he kind of like switched it up? So he doesn't, like, it was smart.
Yeah. And like, they have acknowledged the mistakes that they made, like the ladders, all that.
Yep.
Like, definitely Hall of Famers, both as a tag team and as individuals. I think you look overall at Matt Hardy, he shows that, if you want something, you got to go all out, balls to the wall.
They do.
Matt has shown multiple times, bet on yourself.
And I think that attitude, shows his creativity, shows him as a human being. And that's what's gotten both the Hardys over. They never stopped evolving. And their run now as the TNA World Tag Team Champions is awesome. Like, everything that they've done thus far, even coming back to TNA, you get to see a rejuvenated Hardys. They're still the Hardy Boys, that tandem that they are. And I guess the last thing I got to ask about the Broken stuff, we mentioned the match. Did you like the Hardys against Dark State in the Broken Rules match at Halloween Havoc?
I think people got the misconception because it was kind of people shat on it.
Well, they crapped on it because it's like it's not 2016 anymore. Why are we doing this again? Dirt.
Well, I think the biggest complaint that I had heard was they were expecting like Hardy compound stuff.
And no, it was just like a regular hardcore match. Which, it's fine. And I think it would have been cool with the Hardy compound stuff, but what we got, I thought it was fine. Like they had a great match.
It was fun. It was fun. I will say,
yeah,
I like Dark State.
I think it also elevates them too because they can say that they beat the Hardy Boys.
And
it's a lot to their story.
Beyond that, Mike, we also got the Hardys and the Dudleys one more time in that winner takes all match.
Please don't remind me of that match. Oh God! For those who have not seen it yet, Devon Dudley, Devon, I love you. Don't get back in the ring, please. Don't do it. Don't do it, Devon. First of all, I love both teams. Their feud is sensational,
legendary.
But they were slow. It was not. It was what it was. Right team went over. I thought Dark State losing to beating the Hardys gave them a great rub, which is what they're there to do. It was slow. I mean, for their last match, you weren't going to get what you got in 2000, but hey, they got to do it. I didn't.
To be fair,
yeah.
Devon had a stroke a couple years back.
Yes, that's right.
And I think he wanted to go out on his own terms.
And he did.
And Bully Ray's done. I still say it's a shame that we never got a Bully Ray run in WWE because I think that would have worked.
It came close, but Vince was like, we got sponsors, we got Be a Star, we can't do it.
We can't call, you don't have to call him Bully Ray, just call him Bubba Ray.
Exactly. But it's a lot
of could do the gimmick.
I know, but it's missed opportunities that Vince was like, well, we can't do that because we got the Be a Star campaign.
Yeah, where's that going?
We haven't seen that in a long ass time, by the way, the Be a Star campaign. Show tolerance and respect. Great message. We're not shitting on the message, by the way. We're just saying we haven't.
Love the message.
The message is great, but we haven't seen that in a long ass time.
I would honestly, I would not be opposed to seeing AEW pick up the message. Maybe not call it Be a Star, but
remember TNA did that a little bit back in the day. Remember what it was called?
No.
Eliminate the Hate.
See, I like that.
That worked perfectly.
To me, looking at WWE now, it's a bunch of bullshit. Like,
yeah, the TKO era, baby. The TKO era.
We have Triple H, who's a wannabe Dana White.
I could see that to an extent, but I mean, TKO is also involved, so he's
kind of. You have the whole. How did he phrase it? Shut the fuck up, stop complaining, and be a fan.
Oh yeah, he said, "Stop being a fucking critic and be a fan."
Well, my money that I pay for your T-shirts, video games, all that.
We buy your stuff. We do.
Your salary.
Yep.
But to quote Stokely Hathaway, you ragged bitch.
But I will say this, with professional wrestling as it is, and we have our goods, we have our bads.
Wonderful.
And it's wonderful. This Broken Matt Hardy was wonderful. It added some juice to wrestling. It was something different and unique, and it was fun. The best way you can summarize it, it was fun.
And that's one of the great things that I love about professional wrestling. And, it's so easy to get jaded by, political shit within pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at you, Triple H and WWE.
Yep.
But I love that there's literally something for everybody. You like the hardcore stuff? We got you.
Yep.
You like the high flyers, and more of the New Japan style in America?
We got you.
For AEW. You want more entertainment based, more story based? We got you there too.
Yep.
There is literally something for everybody, and I love it.
Yeah. If you want to see like a lot of people have the influx in the relationship with NXT and just them revitalizing themselves, you got TNA. Like, honestly, people sleep on TNA. I've said this, dude. You have to watch this week's edition of TNA Impact. Like, y'all, you thought AMC last week was crap, which it was. It was a crappy start.
And they admit it.
But this week was a lot better. If y'all have not seen it, it's a lot better. Dan, check it out.
Oh, I will. And, I think they realized, that, hey, it wasn't good.
No.
I thought what would have been kind of cool, take the OG TNA set from like when they were first NWA TNA.
Yeah, like at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yeah, do that.
Well, I'll tell you what we want you to do. Not only love and support professional wrestling and see where they're going. Like Daniel mentioned, there's something for everybody, and that's why we love it.
But subscribe to us, we'll pay you.
I will pay you. We love you all.
Won't.
No, we won't. And Matt Hardy gave us something to love, and that was the Broken Universe, the
wonderful,
delightful Broken Matt Hardy gimmick. But something that wasn't so delightful, it had its moments of shine, is going to be our next episode, because we have a superstar spotlight, and the superstar spotlight that we're focusing on is Bill Goldberg.
Bret Hart's best friend in the world.
Bill Goldberg. So we are going to be talking about the WCW run. We are going to be talking about the first WWE run. We are going to be talking about the comebacks, the many comebacks of Bill Goldberg from 2016, from 2019, from 2021, from 2022, from even the retirement match against Gunther. So we're going to be talking about all of that and more in our next episode of Uncaged. Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
So with that being,
you think we'll get Bret Hart to tune in?
The fact, first of all, we say it so many times. Bret has become so well. We'll say it when we get to the other show too. Bret has become so bitter. It's like, Bret, it was literally 27 years ago. Let it go, Bret. Let it go, Bret.
We
say it so many times. Let it go, Bret.
Mike, do you realize that we are about 28 years ago?
Yeah, 27 years ago, man.
28.
Was it 28? No.
Yeah.
Really?
28. It was 28 back in November.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
28 years since the Montreal screw job, which, there is that conspiracy that it was all big work.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then that's the greatest work of all time.
I agree. So we'll get into all of that and more.
But
yeah, good.
You also, Mike, if we got to look at it, if you're Vince McMahon,
yes,
you've already had one champion go to the other company and toss the belt in the trash.
Yeah.
Are you really going to take the risk of letting your world champion drop the world title?
Well, you have Medusa, who, like you mentioned, dropped the title in the trash can.
He did not want to do.
Exactly. But I think if you're Vince, you can't have a repeat of what happened 3 years prior before that event happened.
You can't take that risk.
You can't do that. But what you can do is check out Uncaged, and we'll dive more deep into that in the Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg!
Just like you're deep into the heart of wrestling?
Cheap Pop number 4, man. So, if y'all want to check out this fine program, S&M Network Shows is your YouTube stop. Subscribe, like, comment. We appreciate everyone that interacts with us. You can check out the shorts. You can check out so many great things on this fine channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's SM Show1 or MCL92. Instagram is Larkin_92, MLarkinMB. StephenMikeShow.com and LFCfights.com for all my works. Daniel, where can we follow you? And also, what do you got cooking, man?
Pundit should be going up maybe tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Got some stuff I'm talking about 2K26, which we did see that little lovely cover.
Oh.
Which, take my fucking money.
Take my money. Attitude Era Edition, baby. Let's go.
Like, I want it now.
Don't care how. I want it.
I don't care who's in it. I want it now. Gimme.
All right, Veruca Salt.
No, it's just gimme.
Just gimme. All right, so the links to Daniel's YouTube channel will be in the description, and all his shows and links.
This is JG Wentworth. It's my money, and I need it now.
877 cash now. He want the JG Wentworth. I love that. fucking commercial. Did you like the boy band version?
You know, if you have a structured settlement and you need cash now, you know what you should do?
Call JG Wentworth. 877 cash now.
I still love the opera, you know, that one.
I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now. Did you like the boy band one?
No.
Ooh.
My favorite was still, you know, the guy yelling out of his window, "It's my money and I need it now."
Oh, commercials. Daniel, do you have anything else to plug from the TSK?
No. I think whenever the next AEW show is, we'll probably do something there.
Okay.
Mike, what do you have going with Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling?
So for Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling, we plugged the channel and everything. I will say this. Last 2 episodes of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling, we watched the John Cena K-Fed match back from the New Year's Day edition of Raw. That was my call because it was in January. And for the Royal Rumble side, we watched.
Why do you hate Rob and Nicola so much?
Well, hey, you and I watched December to Dismember, and the Girls Gone Wild.
You hate me.
I know, man. I'm sorry. Well, what was worse, December to Dismember or fucking the Girls Gone Wild one?
Both.
Both equally? Okay. And we also, for the Royal Rumble watch along, we watched Bray Wyatt and LA Knight from Royal Rumble 2023. If you want to see Dan and I cover Royal Rumble 2003 with Triple H and Scott Steiner, you can go back to our earliest season of oh man, we watched a lot of bad stuff. Triple H and Scott Steiner, Brock Lesnar and Hardcore Holly. Oh boy, we watched some stuff. So with that being said, this concludes another edition of Uncaged. Please go back and watch all of our episodes from seasons 1 through 6, and we will see you in the next episode for season 3, where we talk about Bull Bill Goldberg in episode 3 of season 6. For Daniel Kermitz, my name is Mike Larkin. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey, Dan.
Bill Goldberg.